Hi, it's Angela from North Carolina, and I'm making my mother's meatloaf. She would have been 93 this summer, so I thought I would make it in her honor. She did some things that were special to it, so it's not your typical meatloaf. I'm using 2 pounds of real good ground beef. I've got Nature's Organic, and I've also got a pound of grass-fed. And then I'm using a pound of Never Any ground pork. So my ratio is 2 pounds of beef to 1 pound of pork. I'm going to make 2 meatloaves. I'm going to freeze one. Then I'm going to throw in oatmeal. Some people use breadcrumbs. The oatmeal makes your meatloaf puff up. And we're going to put in onion soup, Lipton's onion soup. Not any salt, no pepper, because this has everything you need. I'm going to keep that lump out. I don't need that much salt. And then I'm going to put in some ketchup, of course. That was probably 1/4 cup. I've got an egg going in. I might use 2. I'll be able to tell once I get it stirred up. I married a man that had a tip that he brought to the marriage. Applesauce in your meatloaf makes all the grease rise to the top. So that was a heaping tablespoon of applesauce. And after the meatloaf is cooked, you'll see all the grease is floating on top. So since this is being eaten by our family and no one else, I'm using my hands to mix it up. And I am aware that I'm going to have to use more oats. This is rolled oats. Smells good, I'm sure. I used to love the smell of meatloaf with the onion in it when it baked. I think I'm going to need some more oats. Can you come over here a minute and get me some oats? My hands are wet. I can't touch the oat thing. And pour them in this bowl. There you go, thank you. So I had already mixed up my 2 pounds of meat and my 1 pound of pork. Keep going, thank you. And I didn't want you to have to watch me do all that. Okay, that was just enough. So that's it. So that was 1 egg, oats, and you can feel when you've got enough. You can feel the consistency change. And then I've got about 1/4 cup of the ketchup. And I've got 2 pans prepared. I'm going to make one in a loaf pan and one rounded. Don't be afraid to experiment with a basic meatloaf and put the pork in it. It's so good. And we don't put the ketchup on top. That's just not our thing. Some people do, and some people put tomato paste. My mom would not eat the meatloaf if we kids had all eaten a bunch that night, just to make sure she had a piece for a meatloaf sandwich the next morning that she did on white bread with mayonnaise. There you go. So I'm going to bake it, and then I'll make a thumbnail and show you what it looks like. I can tell my oats aren't quite mixed up good enough. The other one they were. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I sure appreciate it. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.